to your prenatal fitness class. My name is Stephanie. I'm going to be taking you through the next 35 minutes or so for your workout today. The focus for today's workout is going to be posterior chain. So we have anterior chain and then we have posterior chain. And posterior chain is everything you see on me right now. So triceps, back, glutes, hamstrings. That's what we're going to be focusing on today. So we're going to start with just a mini warm-up, more so activation work to get your deep core muscles and your glutes engaged. And then we're going to do a little Tabata of 30 seconds on, 15 seconds rest. We're going to alternate between 4 different exercises for a few rounds of that. And then we're going to finish with a 10-minute AMRAP, which stands for as many reps or as rounds as possible. And I've got a kind of special treat for that one, okay? So if you haven't done so already, please grab a set of dumbbells. 5s are fine. If you don't have dumbbells, you can grab 2 water bottles, or you can even grab soup cans if you're at home, a yoga mat, a towel, or just a non-slip area that you can work out in. Okay, what we're going to do first is hop down to our mat. We're going to start with some activation work. So we're going to go through 2 rounds of 3 different exercises meant for your deep core muscles, your glutes, and your adductors, okay? So I want you to set up in a plank push-up position. You can modify from your knees as well, or you can modify from an inclined surface like a countertop or a couch with your hands. Palms should be right under the shoulders. What we're going to do is a plank lift. So you're going to hover right knee and then reach it back, and then hover left knee, reach it back, and then come back in and down, and that's going to be 1. Modification is you can just hold a tabletop position. You don't have to extend the leg if you don't want to, okay? But we're going to do 12, 6 per leg, leading with the right leg first, and then 6 with the left leg, okay? So getting set up. Let's hover, reach back, right, left, down, and in for 1. And 2. Notice here, my torso doesn't move. So you shouldn't be shifting your weight at all side to side, and you shouldn't be like hiking your butt up as you do this, okay? So the key is nice and stable. We've got 1 more, leading with our right leg. Now let's lead with the left. So extend left leg and then come back in. Good. So left, right now. Left, right. In and down. 2 more. Last one. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is lay on your side. Okay, we're going to do one side first and then the other. Lay on your side. We're going to set up so that your bottom leg is in front of your top leg. That one can be bent just for stability or support. It's up to you if you want to come down and rest that head. What we're going to do is Adductor hip lift. So you're going to raise that foot up and squeeze for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. From here, I'm going to stack my feet. I'm going to bend my knees to 90 degrees. Take a look over your hips just to make sure your heels are in line with your hips, which are in line with your shoulders. And then I like to bring my head down for this one. We're going to do clamshells. So keeping your feet together, bring your knee up to the ceiling and bring it back down. Watch though as you do this that you don't rotate, okay? So this is 4, 5. So pretend I've got a pull basically going from the ceiling into my hip. My torso is not moving at all. It's just this small opening, but you should feel it in the side of your glute. We're hitting our smaller glute muscles with this. About 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Good. So now coming up to our side, let's switch. So on to the other side. Setting up for that adductor lift. So raising up for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Stack the feet, bend the knees, 90 degrees, look over. Oh, I need to bring my feet forward a little bit. And then rest your head down. Put your hand on your hip if you need to, or on your glutes if you want to feel it. But you should feel it right in the side as we lift that knee up to the sky, keeping our feet together. This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Rolling on to into a tabletop position. So palms under your shoulders, knees under your hips. We're going to do a fire hydrant into a donkey kickback. So it looks like this. We're going to raise up. Like if we were a dog, we're going to pee on a fire hydrant, but I don't want you to open up and twist, okay? So it's just lifting the leg, and then you're going to rotate around, kick the ceiling without dropping your belly, and then come back in, okay? We're going to do 12 per side. So lift to the side, kick up, and back down for 1. Up for 2. Side, up for 3. And again, noticing my torso here. I'm not moving it at all. My chest isn't dropping as I go through the reps. My belly's not dropping. It's staying nice and stable. You should feel all of the work here through the hip joint. This is 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good job. Let's switch. Okay, so same thing, other side. Doggy raise, kick up, back in and down for 1. Side and up for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good, 10, we've got 2 more, 11, and 12. Awesome job. So you can shake that out. You should feel like, you know, you've got your glutes a little bit warmed up, we've warmed up those inner thigh muscles, and we did a little bit of core. And that's going to transition us into our first Tabata of the day. So we've got 30 seconds of work, 15 seconds of rest, and 18 rounds, and I'll explain the exercises that we're doing. So the first is a dumbbell snatch into a reverse lunge. So I'll show you the full exercise and then I'll give you your modifications, okay? So a dumbbell snatch, you're gonna hold your weight in one hand. Side view, we're going to hinge, so don't squat. I want you to reach your butt back, okay? Like a door hinge, okay? Weight's gonna be down, and then you're gonna squeeze your glutes, high pull, and punch. Okay, so it looks like this. This is your snatch, and then the arm that's overhead, you're going to step back into a reverse lunge. Okay, so modification for that would be just to keep that leg back, especially if your balance is off, and you can hinge down here, pull, and drop that knee. What I'd really like you to focus on is trying to touch that knee to your mat gently, like you're kissing the floor, okay? With the dumbbell, you want it to stay nice and close to your body. I always like to say, pretend you're zipping up your jacket and then zipping it back down. Head's gonna go with your body, so keeping the chin tucked, but we're hinging, okay? So you should be bending your knees, except in that reverse lunge, okay? Then we're going to do the other arm, okay? So 30 on one side, 30 on the other. Then we've got a back plank hold. So back plank hold, you're gonna be down on your mat, your feet are gonna be together, you're gonna plant your hands, ideally fingers towards your heels, but you can turn them out depending on your range of motion. This is gonna be a nice little chest opener. So you're gonna drive through your heels, press up, squeeze your glutes, and hold, okay? Your modification for this is a tabletop. So this is fine as well. It's still going to accomplish the same thing in that we're really focusing on our glutes, trying to lift the hips up. Gonna come back up to standing. Then we're going to use our dumbbell for windmills. So windmills, one toe's pointing forward, my other toe's pointing perpendicular, and my mat's perfect because it's got the lines to show it. I'm gonna pop that weight up. I'm gonna keep my eye on it. My arm's gonna stay on the inner part of my thigh. I'm gonna reach my hips off to the side and slide down my leg here. And then squeezing my glutes to come back to standing. I want your eyes to stay on the dumbbell, okay? Because you've got a weight, you're balancing it overhead. If you lose control because you're focused on something else, that weight can come down or you could hurt your shoulder, okay? So we'll do one side, then we'll switch, we'll do the other. Last, we've got alternating wall, couch, or floor Superman. So a full Superman, alternating from the floor look like this. For most of you, that's going to be way too much, not super safe. So you can choose to use your couch as an incline or using a wall, okay? Basically like a bird dog, but standing, holding a nice plank position. And with that, I want you to keep in mind that it's not about arching, okay? So this, I'm compressing my low back. It's just about lifting. So you feel that squeeze. So we're just gonna alternate hands and feet for the 30 seconds. We're gonna go through all those exercises 3 times. Thumbs up, let's do it, okay? So, getting ready. Starting in 10 seconds with that dumbbell snatch, okay? So pick your non-dominant arm first or your dominant, whichever one, doesn't matter to me. 2, 1, hinge back. Squeeze your glutes, punch it up. Reverse lunge down. Keep it on the same arm. So hinge back, squeeze and punch, and reverse lunge, okay? You got it, ladies. I believe in you. Remember with that lunge, we want to be nice and stable, so don't lunge back unless you know you're grounded. 5 seconds, 1 more rep. Awesome. Now we switch, okay? So switching arms, exact same exercise. Getting set up. And feet can be mat width apart, that's fine, okay? 3, 2, 1. Hinge. Big pull punch. And reverse lunge. And again, that weight coming down overhead is just as important as it going up. Keep it nice and close to your body. Ideally, we want the same pace on this side as well. So whatever speed you went on the other leg, keep the same speed here. You want to feel this in your hamstrings and your glutes. And rest. Okay, coming down to our mats or floors for that back plank. Okay, 15 seconds of transition time is a lot, so you should be able to move pretty seamlessly throughout these. 3, 2, 1, lift up, squeeze your glutes here. Breathe. Actively push into your floor, okay? So I don't want you to get lazy and start rounding, okay? We want to push. We're nice and strong here. Just as if we were holding a regular plank, this is just as good. If this hurts your wrist, you can always modify to your elbows, okay? Or like I said, you can come to a tabletop. 3, 2, 1, rest. Coming back up. Those windmills. So grabbing your weight again. Arm overhead, that toe's pointing forward towards me. Other foot's pointing out. Hands on the inside of the leg for balance. Coming down. Squeezing our glutes, coming back up. Good. Nice and slow. Feel the stretch through your side body here. And don't feel like you have to go as low as I do. Okay? Anywhere to like inner thigh, calf, with that hand is fine. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now switching arms, switching legs. So now other toes forward, other foot's pointing straight out. Press that weight up. Looking up at it. 2, 1. Let's go down. Nice and slow. Always keeping your eye on the weight. Keep that arm locked out. Think about punching to the sky the entire time. 10 seconds. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Okay, finding a wall for those alternating Supermans or incline on the couch, whatever you prefer. Okay? Hands are shoulder width distance. 3, 2, 1. I'm squeezing my glutes. I'm just gently lifting and coming back down. And then I alternate. I'm not rounding in the low back, just really squeezing the glutes. My bicep ideally comes up by my ear, but depending on how tight you are through the shoulders, that might not be possible, so that's okay. Keep alternating. Big squeeze. 1 and rest. Okay, so that was 1 round. We've got 2 more of all that. So let's go back to the snatches, back to the start. Okay, grabbing that dumbbell again. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So snatch, reverse lunge. Dumbbell snatch, punching it up, reverse lunge. Again, I'll show you the mod. We're going to keep that lunge stance, punching up and then coming down here. So we don't actually move that leg at all. We will get a little bit of a knee bend in the back leg with the mod. See how I'm bending my knee a little bit? That's okay. I want you to think about pinching those shoulder blades together so you keep that back flat. Rest and switch. Okay? Most important that you're not rounding. Okay? Don't reach for your feet. Pinch your shoulder blades, shine your chest forward. Okay? 5 seconds. Other side. 3, 2, 1. Hinge, punch, and reverse lunge. So I'm inhaling as I come down, exhaling, driving up, inhaling as I come down, exhaling to stand. You want to be moving with your breath. Five seconds. All right, down for the back plank. Coming down. Plant your fingers, pointing towards your heels, hopefully. Push and lift and hold. And here, if you want to relax your head down, you can. If you find this is straining your neck, we don't want that, okay? But again, actively press. Try to keep the chest open. Point those toes, dig your heels in, okay? Whether you're doing this or this, I still want you to point your toes, dig your heels in. Even if you're here, okay? Point your toes, dig your heels in. All very good options. 5 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Okay, back up, windmills. Working the core, working the obliques, working shoulder stability. Lots of shoulder stability here. So 3, 2, 1, press it up, keep your eye on it. Make sure that hip's coming out to the side. Try to find that balancing point for the weight. This should be easy for your arm as long as you're finding the balancing point. If you're not and you're all over the place, you're going to find this exercise very hard. So that's why we keep an eye on the dumbbell, keep it centered above our body. 3, 2, 1, rest, switch. Switching legs, getting ready, reverse curl. Same thing this side, same pace. Okay, 3, 2, 1, up, let's go. I like this one because I find it really gets into the side of my hips, which for you soon-to-be mamas, probably pretty tight, right? So spend the time, use this almost as like a little bit of mobility as well. Like, yeah, it's work, but it's also mobility, which is nice. Use that other hand down your leg as a guide. 2, 1, rest. Find the wall. Alternating Supermans. Okay? Or alternating bird dogs, whatever you'd like to call them. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Nice and easy, easy does it. This is one of my favorite exercises. This and bird dog. Really great for your posture muscles, okay? Providing you're not hyperextending. So make sure your ribs and your hips stay connected. Okay, don't let your belly fall forward. And move with control. Squeeze, okay? Awesome job. We've got one more round of everything. So let's grab the weight. I'm going to start with my other arm this time. I always like get in the habit of try to alternate your arms. Okay, let's go. Last time. Dumbbell snatch, reverse lunge on this side. Use your glutes here. Okay, loading the hamstrings, then glutes fire as I bring that weight up. Two, one, and rest. Let's switch it up. Last time, this side. Hopefully you're getting a little sweaty. I'm feeling sweaty too. 3, 2, 1, hinge. Squeeze those glutes, punch that arm. Whoops. And lunge back with the wrong leg. There we go. Make sure you're lunging back with the right leg. I got too excited there. And keep that arm active and engaged, punching up the entire time. Sometimes I see people, when they come up, they'll bend their elbow and the weight falls down. Really think about pressing and punching as you're standing. 2, 1, and rest. Back plank, last time. Coming down. Always try to come sideline and then use your hands to help you onto your butt. 2, 1, and up we go. Squeeze and hold. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Press, dig. Try to dig with your heels, pushing towards the midline of your body. Dig with your hands, pressing back. Shoulders right under or right over those palms. 3 seconds. 2, 1, come down. Side roll, come back up. Windmills. Okay. And switch arms on this one too. Mixing it up. 3, 2, 1. Down and up. Good. Nice work, everyone. You got this. This one is like slow and steady wins the race. Feel it in your hips. Feel it in that shoulder. Stabilizing. 2, 1. Switch. Last time, windmills. Okay, sitting in that stance. Don't go too wide either. Narrow's a little bit better. 3, 2, 1. Eyes on the prize. I like this one because you also get a sense of your body awareness. Are you able to move without actually looking where you're going? If not, we got to work on that. Coming down. Challenge maybe your depth here just a little bit so you can go even just a millimeter deeper, pushing that hip off to the side. And rest. Last time. Alternating Supermans on the wall. 5 seconds. Hands are shoulder width distance. And up and squeeze. See how slow you can go for this. Okay? Challenge yourself to go slower. Can you hold it and pause for a second? It's going to make it a little bit harder. Good work. Three, 2, 1. Time. So you can grab a quick sip of water. While you're doing that, I'm going to take you through the next set of exercises. So what we're going to do now is a 10-minute AMRAP, so as many reps as possible. We've got 4 exercises that we're going to go through, and the rep scheme goes like this. We're going to do 2 reps of everything, then 4, then 6, then 8, then 10, then 12, so on and so forth, however far you get in that 10 minutes, okay? So first round, 2 of everything, second round, 4 of everything, so on and so forth. What you will need is 1 to 2 weights, ideally 2. So the first exercise that we've got is actually down on the floor on our back. Okay, and some people are very hesitant about back exercises. We're not on our back long enough to cause any harm. It'll be totally fine. I'm a researcher. I know this is fine. So rolling on your side, though, is the important part. Then rolling onto your back, okay? From here, glute bridge, you're gonna have the weight up, and then you're going to do what we call a skull crusher. Back up and then down. So up, skull crusher, here and down. So shoulders aren't really getting a rest. This skull crusher, your elbows stay tight. So I don't want your elbows coming out to the side. You're gonna come down and just tap your forehead. And it's a tricep exercise, okay? So we're hitting the triceps with that one and then adding that glute bridge. Then you're gonna roll onto your side. And we're going to do what I call Renegade flies. So this, you'll need 2 dumbbells. However, if you've got round dumbbells like I do, see how they're round, there's not a balance point, I would recommend just using one, so you have one hand for stability. And you could also do this one at an incline if you've got a couch that you want to use. So here we're going to go wide with our knees, okay? Squeeze our glutes so we're hollow. And from here, planting the arm, we're going to fly 1 and 2. And then coming up, okay? So renegade rows are when we row, renegade flies when we're coming off to the side. But the row is a modification, especially if you have a heavier weight like a 10 or a 12, definitely feel free to do the rows for that. Then we've got a curtsey lunge with a lateral raise, or you can do a front raise. So curtsey lunge, like how the stage performers bow, they cross their foot behind and then they come down. And then when you come to the center, I want you to do a lateral raise, or if you just have one dumbbell you want to use, when you come to the center, you're going to do a front raise. Okay, so it can look like this, or if you've got 2, bring them both up. I'm going to do both for that. And then we're finishing with bent over X's, or I call them gator chomps. So think about this movement, alligator chomps, same idea, except we're going to be bent over, okay? So we're coming up, and then we're switching, okay? So 1, 2, now we go 4 of everything, 6, 8, 10, 12, okay? So thumbs up, we got this. 10-minute AMRAP. So you're gonna move fast or slow as you need. I'm gonna suggest pacing yourself, okay? Because we do add more reps as we go. So you will get tired. We're gonna get started in 10 seconds, starting with that glute bridge skull crusher. So making your way down. You can also use 2 dumbbells for it if you like. Up to you. 2, 1, glute bridge, skull crusher, coming back down and up. Woo, good. Rolling onto our side. Those renegade flies. So nice, sturdy plank position. Again, you can use a wall or an incline for that if you like. Coming up, curtsey lunges. I'm going to use both dumbbells. So, curtsey lunge. That was 1. Curtsey lunge. And 2. Bending over. Chest is up, pinching the shoulder blades. Chomp and chomp. Now I go back down for those skull crushers. I'm going to use both dumbbells now just for an extra challenge. Probably going to regret this later, but that's okay. Coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rolling onto our side, turning into those flies. And again, I'm only going to use 1 dumbbell because mine roll. I'm going to the full plank because I'm not pregnant, but definitely modify this one. The key is wide with the knees or the feet. Wider you go, the more stability you'll have. The narrower you go, the harder it's going to be. So you gauge that as you see fit. Moving into the curtsey lunge. Make sure that foot steps back. Plant those feet. Use the shoulders for that lateral raise or the front raise, whatever you're choosing to do. That was 4 bent over chomps. Now I'm going back into 6. 2, 4, 6 is next. Rolling in. 1, Make sure you're breathing. No holding our breath here. Baby needs oxygen. So make sure you're always breathing through your reps. As well, if you need to rest, once we start getting up to, the 10s and the 12s, you can break up your reps. That's no problem. Okay? We are exactly 3 minutes in. 7 minutes left. Lots of time. So I said pace yourself. Awesome. Bentover. Whew, those are going to get me for sure. Keep going up by 2s. I'm on 8s now. It gets harder as you go. That's for sure. Keep going, ladies. You're doing amazing. Start to plan how you're going to maybe break up your reps. Like, I know once I get into the 10s, I might do 5 and 5, things like that. Definitely modifying down in the plank. You can also go without weight. That's a mod as well. That was 8. Yeah, we'll do one more just in case. If you're not sure, just always do an extra rep. Always to be safe than sorry. Coming back up. Good news. We're halfway. Woo! 5 minutes in. 5 minutes left. Keep going. You got this. Remember, you got to get ready for labor and delivery. We got to get that endurance up, right? Woo! Strength and endurance. Okay. Bent over. Chomps. Remember with our bent over position, flat back. So no rounding. Pinch those shoulder blades together. My eyes are down, pointing at where the floor meets the wall. Woo! 10s with 4 minutes left. Rolling in and out, always on your side when you're coming down to the floor and back up. Make sure we're really digging through our whole foot on those bridges. Push through your toes, push through your heels. Squeeze those glutes, just like you're holding a nickel between your butt cheeks. Oh yeah. Remember, you can always go to the row. Instead of the fly, you can row. But if you're going to row, you got to touch your hip, okay? curtsey lunge. Always make sure on that curtsey lunge you're bringing that foot all the way around, but your hips stay square. Especially as we get tired, I notice people start to open up. So try to keep your hips square to me the entire time, okay? Don't let your hips open, but right foot should be stepping back to 7 or 8 o'clock, okay? And then left foot, we want to step back to 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock, okay? And that back knee just taps behind the front heel. My front foot stays planted the whole time. Less than 2 minutes to go. I don't even know what rep I'm at. I'm gonna do one more each, and I'm sure that's probably 10. Oh yes, the shoulders. I'm on to 12s. And we've got 1 minute left, okay? So just keep moving. Try not to stop for our last minute of work here. We've got 30 seconds, mamas. You got this. Remember, contractions last 60. We got to push through. Stay strong, stay tight. Breathe, 15 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Whew. Oh yeah. Those shoulders and glutes, I'm feeling it. Grab a quick sip and we'll do a little cool down stretch, okay? I'm gonna pull a stool up. If you have a couch nearby, you can use your couch for this. If you don't, that's fine. I'm just gonna give you the option because we use our couches for a lot of sitting. I think we could use our couches for a lot of stretching. So I'm gonna use the stool, kind of demonstrate. But like I said, all of these exercises you can do without this. Just pretend it's not even here. We're gonna start with a hip stretch, okay? So what I want you to do, if you have your couch handy or a chair, if you don't, or a wall, you can also do this against the wall. Make sure though that this knee is comfortable. So you might have to fold your mat over, or if you've got a cushion, you can put it under, okay? We're gonna bring this other foot up. I want you to lean back to touch your butt to your heel, okay? Once you do that, you can really push through, opening up through the hip. Again, if you didn't have the stool, you could do this on the ground, right? You could put your hand on the back of your leg or your low back to try to push your hips forward just a little bit more, okay? But I like using the stool to a little deeper stretch, or your couch, okay? From here, nice tall spine, you're going to squeeze your glutes, hips tuck under, coming forward. This is gonna be a hip flexor quad stretch. That's where I want you to feel it. You should be feeling it right here. Feels great, okay? Now, coming up, we're going to take this leg out and point it on a 45-degree angle. Okay, now we're going to lunge sideways. So now we're feeling the stretch in through the groin, okay? And I can even push on my leg here if I want. I can open up. Feel the stretch. Or not, whatever you feel like doing. Okay, coming back up. And now let's switch. So I'm going to place my other knee down. I'm going to switch legs. Okay, so coming back, bring this foot up, hand on the low back, or you've got your couch or your stool here. Gentle lean, nice hip flexor stretch right here into the quad. I find this one gets the quad a little bit more. Okay, coming forward, hips tuck under, squeeze the glutes, and then let's lunge forward. And notice my whole foot's planted here. If you want more of an ankle stretch, drive that knee over the toes. If that's too much for you, you can always hop that foot forward and create space between your toe and your knee, okay? Or your heel and your knee, rather. Inhale, coming up. And then let's bring our foot out to the side, 45-degree angle, and then lunging nice and deep here. And if you like, twist. A little bit of rotation. Good, gently coming back. We're going to come to tabletop position. What I'd like you to do is with your left palm, bring it up and then weave it under. Drop your left ear to your mat. Hips can stay up high or you can go wide and kind of do a child's pose. But I find when your hips are up high, you can really push with your right hand. Feel this gentle stretch in the low back, back of the shoulders. We're going to do a little tricep stretch in a second, but this feels good. Inhale to come up. And exhale, let's switch. So opposite ear to the mat, pushing into the floor with your opposite hand. Should feel it through here. Upper back. Coming up, I want you to curl your toes under if you can. We're going to sit on our heels, but we're stretching out the bottoms of our feet while we do this, okay? If not, you can always leave them flat, but oh, I love a good foot stretch, especially after a workout, okay? Even before. Bring your arm across. I want you to grab above or below your elbow, but not on the joint. Pull that shoulder down and pull it across. And now we can add a head tilt in the direction our fingers are pointing. So we get neck and traps. We get posterior deltoid, the back of the shoulders, and then we also get tricep here. It's like a quadruple whammy. And then our feet. This is like the trifecta right now. Double trifecta. Inhale, coming up, and open up. Let's switch. So above or below, pull it across, drop that shoulder, and head tilt. That should feel good. Whew. Awesome. Coming back to center. And that is your prenatal fitness class today. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. Leave some comments. Let me know you're there. Thank you so much, though, for joining in. Hope you have fun. Like I said, my name is Steph, and hopefully we will see you